Okay. Let me check. Quality is good. It's good to see. Okay. Always have to, like, make sure. So, nothing weird happens. Alright. Alrighty. I'll post real quick before we get started. Let's see. Grab the link to my stream. Okay, let's see. Red Ben, how are you? How are you doing? I'll give you some updates on life, see how I'm doing and all that. Let's see. Hey Daniel, how you doing? How you doing? And we are live. Link. Okay, and paste. There we go. Okay. All right. So today we're going to run a couple of mock races with the SNL 2000 cars for the first time. As always, thank you all for the support and everything. It's been a fun ride so far. TV8s, good evening. How you doing? I wanted to say real quick, as of today, SNL 2000 officially crossed the 3,000 view threshold. So, thank you all again so much. It's video's doing really well. So, glad you guys are doing well. A lot of seems like there's a lot of news heading into the weekend for NASCAR. Feels like too. Obviously, I saw that Butterbean Queen wanted Michigan in the ARCA Menard Series. Heck of a talent. It's been fun watching him tear up the circuit down there. And then, I admit, I have my Saturdays. I work 4:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and I usually take a little nap because I'm a really bad night owl. So I apologize I missed the truck race. I understand why they did it early for the stuff next week, but Stuart Friesen, holy crap, good for him. Good to see him win. It's been a minute for him, so that's awesome to see. Yeah, huge congrats to Friesen. Cup race should be fun tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Michigan's always been one of my favorite tracks. I just love how big, fast, and wide open it is. And, went there last year, had a blast. Considering that I watched Corey LaJoie slide on his roof. I was like, what in the world? But anyway, yeah, so congrats to Friesen. Looking for the truck race. And, of course, Cup race, excuse me. Speaking of trucks, of course, the worst kept secret, right? Welcome back, Dodge. But really excited about the Ram. Really excited about Dodge coming back to NASCAR. I'm glad there's going to be 4 OEMs again. Something that I think we've been waiting for a very long time. It's a long time coming. Hopefully, maybe if a 5th OEM can come along, that'd be fantastic. I think it'd be great for the sport. Yeah, so all that fun jazz going on. I figured for a while if they were going to announce the whole Dodge thing, I figured it happened in Michigan, just because Motor City. But yeah. So I'll get cooking on the first race here in a moment. I have just some quick updates. let me see. What was it? Okay. I am working on the next Racing Infinity. It'll be at least a couple of weeks since I just got to work on it. I took a little bit of a break. But the race itself is done. I did it earlier today. And I think this next scenario, I think it's one you guys are going to be excited for. I think you guys will really enjoy this next one. So I think you'll get a real kick out of it. So yeah. I'm excited about Dodge too. I heard apparently on the Fox broadcast they kind of leaked the Cletus thing, so I'm like, oh, don't do that. But oh well, it was already a bad kept secret anyway. But I'm excited. The Ram. It's just going to be the Ram next year, and then we'll just kind of figure out, when Dodge returns to Xfinity and Cup. Let's see, what teams can go to Dodge next season? That's a good question. Obviously, we heard about GMS. We've heard that little rumor. I'm guessing that'll be an interesting lineup if it's like Spencer Gallagher and Cletus McFarland. That's a interesting 1-2 combo. I'm trying to think. I could see maybe Friesen or ThorSport would be interesting, but I don't know. I don't know if ThorSport's going to move over there. Maybe like Nice, maybe. Yeah, I don't really know, but we'll find out in due time. Of course, then the next question is, when they do eventually return to Cup and Xfinity racing, who's going to make the jump there? Real quick, I think my top two candidates for Dodge are probably, to me, Trackhouse and Legacy, because I think those two teams are ready for that next big step up. Especially, you look at all the stuff Trackhouse has got going for them. They brought Red Bull back, I think they are perfect for a flagship. And, Legacy Motor Club, they're slowly improving. Jimmy Johnson's done a phenomenal job building that team up, from honestly what felt like from scratch almost. That team's getting better. They're showing speed, and I think it's gonna, once some of these teams get up to speed more, NASCAR is gonna be a lot more competitive, and it's gonna be really fun to watch. Will Dodge just be in Cup and SNL? I won't give too much away, unlike with the Ram being leaked. I will say stay tuned. We are still planning out silly season and preliminary stuff for 2001. Obviously, Dodge will be a major story for sure, so stay tuned for all that. Norm Benning is going to Ram to finally get in a good truck. Yes! Storm and Norm. Storm and Norm's going to go on a magical run in 2026. We love Storm and Norm. Okay, so for our first race, I should probably actually have the sound off on this thing. Give me a second here to do a couple of quick things here. Make sure y'all can hear that. Okay. Yeah, I think these headphones the headphone jack's a little worn out, so it'll unplug easily just to give you guys a little heads up there. So, anyway, for our first track, as I make some quick adjustments here. Let's see. Speaking of other NASCAR news, I figured with the recent announcement of this said track making a return, or at least it recently got bought, I thought it would be fitting. Starlight, how are you doing? I thought it would be fitting if we took our first race to the track that Matt Tiff just recently bought, Mansfield. Mansfield, Ohio, half-mile circuit that had, in its heyday in the 2000s, hosted the Truck Series. You know, basically the recession really hurt the track, and it went away for a while. Then it came back, became a dirt track, and then it closed in 2019 and left in a lot of disrepair. But yeah, Matt Tifft just bought the place, and he actually dropped a couple videos kind of discussing his plans and what they have to do. So I hope it all works out. It's great to see a track in general just making a comeback, especially that this track's only like 3 hours from me. So I think he said that initially it's going to be dirt at first, and I think once they make a profit, they want to eventually make it asphalt. So that would be great. I'd love to see the Truck Series come back to a place like this. Yep, never forget Donnie Leah's upset win. That's right. Or Donnie Leah, yep. I want Tiff to buy the naming rights from EA and make it Red Ball Real. That would be funny. There may be some interesting D&Qs just because I have a bunch of cars on the roster, so I'm hoping there's no notable D&Qs. If there is, I apologize, but it's a mock race. It's, you know, nothing to be concerned over, right? So hopefully some of the alternate schemes that I've yet to show as much do show up. So
drivers to your car.
It's like Patty's going to be on the pole. Yeah, I'm excited. I like I said, he really wants to modernize the track, you know, give it a lot of use. And I think that's good. So I hope it works out, you know. I'd love to see it, you know, if the track comes back to life and gets racing again, then I absolutely would love to see a race there. So never really got the chance in its heyday, but all right. So we got Patty Moyes on pole, Bubba Nissen, Shauna Robinson, Sterling Marlin, Paige Jones. We got Dale Earnhardt in the Peter Max car, Tim Richmond, Super Rusty, Joe Nemechek, Kyle Petty, Tim Steele, Blaze Alexander, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ernie Irvin, Jeff Green, Jerry Nadeau, Kelly Earnhardt, Davey Allison, Adam Petty, Wally Dallenbach, Rob Moroso, Matt Kenseth, John Nemechek, Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd, Terry Schoonover, Jeremy Mayfield, Bill Elliott, Rick Mast, Kelly Williams, Tommy Kendall, pair of teammates together right there. Chad Little, Tony Stewart, Alan Kowicki, Kenny Wallace, Casey Elliott, Tammy Jo Kirk, Robbie Gordon, Mark Martin, Darrell Waltrip, and looks like we got Ryan Newman there as well, who did a couple of cup races during the 2000 SNL season. Red Bull Raceway from the EA games is slightly higher banked Mansfield with a railway theme that I love. Yes, that is a Jeff Gordon Monopoly car. Yes. Jets Racing Designs made that paint scheme. So, how do you think SNL would have gone if Patty had not won in Michigan? Oh, man, I couldn't begin to imagine that. You know, who knows? Maybe Patty gets another win at some point, because she did win a Busch race later in the season. So even then, like, you know, then if that win hadn't happened, then it's like, you know, I think things would obviously look a lot different than they do already. It's almost like a what if within a what if, but, you know, it remains one of the most special moments in this timeline.
Start your engines!
Fire them up. We're going racing from Mansfield. I gotta make sure all the cars are rolling. Alright, 42 cars set and ready to take on this little half-mile bull ring in northern Ohio. To celebrate the potential return of the track, Green flag, we're racing at Mansfield. 125 laps. Were there any ideas that were scrapped from Sunday Night Lights? I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. Pretty sure we had some, or like we had some different ideas for certain drivers and just, never came to be. But if I remember any, I'll let you know. Yeah, Bubba Nissen hasn't done a whole lot since, won the title, won some races, and then since 98, 99, he just really hasn't done a whole lot. He's been up there, just hasn't been doing much. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how, things pan out for him as we go into 2001. Pardon me, I'm going to do this real quick. There we go. What version are you running? I believe this is the 2007 Mansfield. So, yeah, I think it's the 2007 Mansfield track. So we got a Sapco 1-2 here early. Patty Moyes in the Lakers paint scheme. You got Shauna in second. They pretty much been the class of the field early on. Followed by a couple Penske cars. Here we go again. Sapco versus Penske. Sterling Marlin's up there. Rusty Wallace. Followed by Nissen, Paige Jones, Dale Earnhardt. Ooh, John Nemechek's on pit road. What's going on with him? Very early to be making a pit stop here. Ooh. Does he got some front end damage to his car? I think he does, yeah. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back and see what in the world happened to Mr. John Nemechek. Oh no, he got into a scuffle with his teammate. That's teammate Davey, what are you doing? No caution, but, oh man, the team meeting after this race is not going to be too pleasant. Davey just accidentally wiped out his teammate. So is John Nemechek still on pit road? We continue racing here. Looks like Patty Moyes and Shauna Robinson are already beginning to catch the tail end of the field, so obviously this is going to get a little interesting here. Who's going to benefit more from the lap traffic? Will Patty continue to lead? Will Shauna take advantage? Did we see any other contenders challenge the two Sapco Pontiacs? They get up to the 36 of Wally Dallenbach, the 77 of Rick Mass as they begin to go a lap down. Now they lap the 98 of Jeremy Mayfield. Next, they're going to chase down the 75 of Tammy Jo Kirk at Galaxy Motorsports Ford. So up ahead, we got the 75, the 13, and it looks like the 32, the 9, the 23 as well. Didn't Burger King change their logo? John Nemechek's Burger King car will change this logo. That's probably correct, and we definitely take a look at, you know, making sure when companies rebranded their logos and stuff like that, so we can adjust to that accordingly. So that is a very good point there. Excuse me. Yeah, so Rusty Wallace is up to third, but he's now 2 seconds back. Is he gaining, though? Let's see. Looks like nothing's changed. He's still about 2.2 seconds back. Ooh, side by side. Is Patty going to take this 3 wide? Just about. Ooh, Shauna Robinson runs a little high up the track there. That's going to hurt her. Ooh, and now she's stuck behind the lap cars, and that's going to allow for Rusty Wallace to reel her in if she's not careful. Trying to use the outside line, but I just don't know if that's a good idea. She's going to try and file back into the inside here, right behind the 9 of Bill Elliott. And this is going to continue to be a problem for her if the 9 and the 23 continue to battle side by side. Darrell Waltrip, the 82 champ. Elliott, the 85 champ. Shauna, the 98 champ. But lurking behind her is a certain 5-time champion. One of the biggest, hottest rivalries in NASCAR to this date. Yeah, oh my God, Jesus. Patty Moyes, God. Patty Moyes has checked out. Now out to over a 2-second lead. Rusty Wallace has a couple lap cars between himself and Shauna. Rusty Wallace and Bubba Nissen not too far behind. As a matter of fact, Nissen has actually gotten around Marlin, so good run for that 59, the 1996 champion. Meanwhile, Patty Moyes has just lapped the Sony PS2 Ford of Tommy Kendall, finishing up a rookie season. Now she's attempting to chase down Kenny Wallace there in the 4. That's what happens, man. Stumble on words and just mix 2 names together. Anyway. Now Patty goes to the inside of the 27 of Robbie Gordon. That's Eel River Racing. How long until Rusty's 20th Daytona 500 start? That's something I'm going to have to go back and check. I wonder if I can do a little quick looky-uppy here. Video Game Wars in NASCAR would have hit hard, not gonna lie. Let's see. I think the first 500 that Rusty was a part of, I want to say was 1983. Let me check to make sure. Yeah. I think it was 83. So let's see. So yeah, he's actually coming up on 20 years. And that's a story in its own, because, you know, Rusty hasn't won the 500 yet. I should like go back and see all of his Daytona 500 finishes. Didn't Q in 84? Actually, yeah, he ran in 83. I think he might have D&Q'd 84. So I'm going back through the folders and folders of archives and results that I have. The only time Rusty's going to be cheered. I swear he's going to win in his 20th attempt. I just have this feeling. Okay, yeah, 1985. Okay, he must have DMQ'd. Yeah, honestly, I should make a note of like how all of his Daytona 500 finishes have been. That would actually be pretty cool. So there's Shauna. Yeah, Shauna's got a pretty good gap between her and Rusty at this point. Pretty calm, easygoing race so far. Dominated by Miss Patty Moyes. Getting set to put the 28th place car a lap down. That's Tony Stewart in the 15. A calm short track race in my NR 2003? Yeah, honestly, that's what it feels like. It's like, that seems like a rarity, but nothing too crazy or chaotic, I suppose. Never a bad thing. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of all these paint schemes and which one you like so far, which ones are some of your favorites. I think across all of us, really, we all did a really phenomenal job with these paint schemes. Of course, Rose Jam made this beautiful Lakers paint scheme. Of course, we had the NBA Finals again, so we did the Indiana Pacers for Alan Kowicki, which I guess we kind of predicted 2025 in a way. So, go Pacers. Anyway, let's see. Well, Shauna's beginning to close in on Patty a little bit, so yeah, but you know, so much can happen, so much can change. You know, I think Tony will eventually win a race. DEI is slowly improving. You know, Kelly Earnhardt, man, it's just, she's come so close to winning races, and it just hasn't happened yet. So, trying to get the flame back going on her racing career is Shauna Robinson. She is coming. She's coming back. Let's see. Kyle Pay's Melio scheme. Yeah, I painted that one. I loved how that turned out. I wasn't sure because I knew... Was it last 1999? Yeah. I knew Melio changed their logo. And I was sitting there going, oh man, how do I want this to look like? And I just kind of winged it. And then I went, okay, you know what? This actually looks pretty good. So, I love how it came out. Michael Waltrip is driving for DEI in the Truck Series. Cup, obviously he could make a return to Cup at some point. Just things haven't been going his way lately. He had a solid year in trucks, but yeah. Of course, Terry Schoonover stepping aside from full-time racing after 2000. The Davey Allison Snoopy car. Yeah, I got that in the roster, so hopefully maybe the next race we do, you will see it. Let's see. Well, Shauna. I've always liked Mikey in real life. Yeah, I did too. Oh, I see a pace car. Yeah, I always have too. I always thought he made some really funny commercials. I mean, from the Napa commercials he did with Junior to all the Aaron's Dream Machine commercials. Of course, all the ones with Darrell Waltrip and how he wanted to drive the Aaron's Dream Machine. I got a funny story about that, by the way. I'll get to that in a second. Oh no, we got more teammate beef. What? Oh my God, no. No, Rob, no, don't kill your teammate. Excuse me, don't unalive your teammate. I don't want YouTube to get mad at me. Jeff keeps going, but I'm sure he's not going to be happy with Rob after that. So yeah, that brings out the caution. I'm at the wrong track. Yep, I'm at the wrong track. Always a classic. Yeah, all those. Yeah. So the Aaron's Dream Machine thing. So obviously, at the 2006 Busch Series race at Martinsville, Darrell Waltrip finally got to drive the Aaron's Dream Machine. So in the spring of 2006, as a kid, too late now. YouTube is coming. Exactly. Let's see. So, I went to the Atlanta races that spring. I saw Bill Lester qualify for the Cup race. I've gotten to talk to Mr. Lester a couple times. He's an incredible person. Just a super down-to-earth guy. But we stayed at a hotel, a Westin hotel, and funny enough, the Fox guys, Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, Darrell Waltrip, they actually had like some sort of show at the hotel. So we went down there, and I had a diecast of DW's Toyota truck. Unfortunately, I was trying to get his autograph and couldn't, and unfortunately that was a fail. But that's where we found out. They announced in that same thing that me and my dad went to, saying, we're excited to announce that Darrell Waltrip's finally going to drive the Aaron's Dream Machine. And so it was cool getting to hear that announcement live. And of course, seeing him driving it. So I was, of course, he had the Aaron's Dream Machine Junior, the lawnmower. So because of this caution, some things really shake things up here. Patty Moyes is not leading anymore. She got shuffled all the way back to 20th. So our leader is now, I think it's Bubba Nissen? Yes, it is. Bubba Nissen is your leader. Unfortunately, he's got a couple lap cars in front of him, so, and unfortunately, look who's behind him. Who else but Rusty? What can you do? All right, green flag, we're back underway. We are just about halfway. Ram coming back is going to be something special. Yes, I agree. I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, Adam Petty's third. I forgot I had him in the roster. I swear, if Adam wins. Yeah, Bubba Nissen trying to get on a move here. Gets down to the inside. Rusty's hung up to dry. Hopefully Bubba Nissen can build some space between himself and the two. Alright. Worst kept secret in racing history. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm happy to see Dodge come back. Since it came up, the Snoopy alt was probably the hardest I worked on the season. Yeah. But I think the Snoopy car came out really good. So Bubba Nissen's been able to break away. As a matter of fact, it looks like Sterling Marlin has taken second from his teammate. "70 laps are complete, coming to lap 71. Or still on lap 70, correction. I really hope Stellantis pulls a funny and goes, yeah, Ram is coming back to trucks, but guess what? Alfa Romeo to Cup. Can you imagine? That would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. So Nissan's got about a 2.5 second lead on Marlin. See if any intervals changed there. I don't think they did. Yeah, Marlin's still got to get around a lot of cars to get to Nissan. I want it to happen. Can you imagine a number 1 Busch Light Alfa Romeo? Or number 43 Dollar Tree Alfa Romeo? I think people's brains would melt. They wouldn't know how to comprehend it. They'd be like, what? Right, yeah. I get what you mean, Starlight. Jeep? Oh, God. Now that just sounds cursed. that would... I couldn't begin to imagine what that would look like. Forza Italia, he said. Gotta love the Forza series. Nissan's still holding his ground pretty well. Those of you just joining us, we are racing at Mansfield, of course, in light of recent news of Matt Tifft buying the track, and he said he wants to put a big jumbotron on in the backstretch, something like, I'm guessing, similar to what Charlotte and Texas have. Not that big, but you know. That would be kind of neat. I'd like to see Nissan join NASCAR and SNL before Bubba Nissen retires. Imagine the ad campaign. Nissen in a Nissan. No, that would be something. I mean, that would be his car's name. Would be Bubba Nissan. Did Dan Gurney exist in something? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, for sure. Oh, man. Nissan Altima. There we go. Gets around to 13 of Ryan Newman. It's crazy to think seeing guys coming in like Johnson and Newman and McMurray and of course, now we got Stewart and Dale Jr. and these guys, Kenseth and Cup, and they're racing guys like Davey Allison and Tim Richmond and Alan Kowicki. It's just kind of crazy to think. Like, imagine something like that, you know, if that happened in real life. Lap traffic after lap traffic. Yep. And it looks like Marlin has gained a little bit now on Bubba Nissen. Although Marlin might be held up by the 16 and the 15. Excuse me. It looks like they sort things out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Allergies. You know that time of the year. I'm working on an offline series currently that will be set in alternate motorsports timeline. Oh, nice. Oh my god. Excuse me. Will tracks add safer barriers in the near future? Oh yeah, for sure. Especially for like tracks like Louisiana, SoCal, New Talladega. I've watched some tutorials in Sandbox, and I think I know how to add them. So we'll be sure to take care of that. Oh man, Marlin's starting to chase down Mr. Bubba Nissen here as Nissen continues to try and swerve his way through all this lap traffic. The one he's been struggling to get around is the 14 of Kelly Earnhardt. She's been holding her ground pretty well, but now it looks like Nissen's going to get around her right as I say that. Looks like he's going to get around the 23 of Darrell Waltrip. Now works on the 02 of Blaze Alexander, our Busch Series champion. That'll put 21 cars on the lead lap. Nissen has a 1.79 second lead on Sterling Marlin. The Penske boys have been up there, but just have not been able to grab the lead. Patty Moyes has worked her way back to 8th. Shauna is 7th. After they were shuffled back because of the caution and some of the pit stops. Blaze to Cup before Jimmy. I mean, if it does happen, when you think about it, Blaze has been in the NASCAR system longer, you know, and he finally reached a point where, you know, he's at a point where he could be in Cup at this point. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to give anything away, but I'd say Jimmy's not that far behind, you know. And that's one aspect I look forward to eventually is, you know, obviously Jimmy and Blaze were very close friends in real life. And it'd be really fun to watch those two race together for a bunch of seasons to come. So, speaking of which, I gotta finish the recent Never Settle episode. Yeah, they recently, Jimmy Johnson and Marty Smith's podcast, they recently had some really, really fun guests. They had Tony Kanaan. They had Mario Andretti on recently, Richard Petty. So, it's really fun to listen to. Closing in on 20 laps to go, and looks like Nissen has broken out again on his lead. Is Moroso's 20 team still independent? They are part of RCR now, so they pretty much just kind of, after a while, merged into RCR. So RCR is pretty much a three-car team of Dale Sr., Moroso, and Jeff Green. 20 laps to go. 19 cars on the lead lap as Nissen gets past Kelly Williams in the 82. Nissen's done a good job separating himself and Sterling Marlin. Does Rusty Wallace have the Pacers comeback black magic in him? I now have a copy of NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. Nice! Yeah, I still have my old PS2 copy from all those years ago. When did RCR buy out the Moroso 20 team? I have a silly season sheet that we use to kind of figure out who goes where. I could probably pinpoint exactly when that happened. Sometime in the mid-90s. I think it was 96, 97 they officially merged into the RCR stable fully. 15 to go now. I'm playing it on my Wii with a bootleg GameCube controller and memory card. Nice! Keep checking to see. Now we got 18 cars on the lead lap. Jeff Gordon holding his ground pretty well, but Nissen still has a 3-second lead. About the length of a straightaway here between he and Rusty. So it's a Nissan, the two Penske Fords of Wallace and Marlin, followed by the man who Nissan beat for the 96 title, Rob Moroso, and the 99 champ in 5th, Ernie Irvan. And I had to use the AV inputs instead of HDMI, so I'm getting the full 2005-2006 experience. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Those were the days. Those were the days. Let's see here. There we go. Getting to the closing laps here. Nothing but smooth sailing for car number 59, the Goodies Pontiac. Goodies, who's been Nissan's sponsor for just a little over 15 years now. 6 laps remain. Now, make it 5. I will say this, even if you have prior racing game experience, do not jump straight in with assist off if you play on controller. Huge mistake. Yeah, I see what you mean. I remember NASCAR 06, as Bubba Nissen is going to come to 2 laps ago. I, many years ago, had a NASCAR 06 save. My fight to the top, I got to 2008. I was running in the Cup Series. I came off of a 3rd place finish in the Daytona 500. I was driving the 36 for NB2 Motorsports. And, let's see, I had bought Bill Davis's truck team because I wanted to be teammates with Bill Lester. And next thing I know, as we hit the final lap here, next thing I know, I went to load it the next time, and my save was corrupt. So I lost all that. It's really depressing. Anyway, in turns 3 and 4, this is going to be nice. Bubba Nissen is going to take home the win here at Mansfield. Big congrats to Bubba Nissen on the win. Here's your final results there. We had 1 caution, but things went pretty smoothly for the most part. 15 cars finished on the lead lap. But, yeah, that was depressing with the corrupt save file for NASCAR 06. And I remember because I kept trying to do the Daytona truck race, but every time I went to do the race, the game froze every single time. But I guess a bunch of years later, I learned that I guess some teams that you bought were just kind of glitched out, I think it was. So that was kind of depressing to hear that, but yeah. So that's my sad NASCAR 06 story there. But there's your final results there. Bubba Nissen, your winner. John Nemechek did DNF out of the race after that little mishap with Davey Allison earlier. And all that fun jazz. Yeah, life gets busy. I get what you mean. You know, I've had moments like that too, but I try to balance everything out in life. You know, do this, of course, my job, and Also, have a bit of a social life. Go out and have a little fun from time to time. But yeah, we'll get to our next race here in just a matter of moments. Who's more of a poster child for SNL, Nissen or Shauna? Oh, hey, my mic cut out. That's cool. Hey, Rose Jim. Rusty, actually. Yeah. I mean, it's been remarkable what Rusty has done in the grand scheme of things. But, or as I like calling him, Super Rusty in this timeline. But yeah. Okay. As I said before, we're working on preliminary stuff for SNL 2001 and figuring out silly season and all that fun stuff. And then Racing Infinity Volume 35. I just ran the race earlier today. It's going to be a couple weeks, but we're getting to work on that as well. So I think this one is just something you're going to be really hyped for. So yeah, sorry. Sometimes when I have another window open that's like when Streamlabs is not the main focus, I don't know why, but the mic just randomly cuts out, and I don't know why. It's one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Is that why he kept the Black Miller car? Well, his paint scheme changed for 2000. We thought it'd be something different and fun. I think because... also, shout out to Rose Jam on the Rusty paint scheme. Did a great job. The reason why I think we kept it was because we had Matt Kenseth coming up, and he was driving the Miller Light car. So to kind of distinct the two, we had Rusty continue to drive the Black Miller car. Excuse me, a little bit longer. So, excuse me. Yeah. Rusty has assumed the role of Dale. I think Dale Earnhardt's still a very popular and influential driver, even if he's only a 3-time champion. Still very successful, still left an impact on the sport. Even if his best seasons might be behind him. But, I just think right now in this timeline in Sunday Night Lights, there's a lot of drivers of superstar status, Earnhardt, Wallace, Gordon, Kowicki, Moyes, Robinson, Petty, Irvin, I think and then of course you're starting to see the next generation come in. Guys like Kenseth, like Dale Jr., like Tony Stewart, and there's more to come, These next few seasons are definitely going to be interesting to watch. Yeah, Rose just wanted to give it a bit of a different look, and I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah. Well, no matter what timeline it is, Dale's always awesome. We love Dale. But man, I still need to watch the Earnhardt documentary on Amazon. I keep forgetting to watch it. I need to watch the Earnhardt documentary, but I'll get to that at some point. I wonder what Penske will do manufacturing wise going forward. Well, honestly, we don't even know. Can't give anything away, but, I think the argument can be made, they're really successful. Why bother leaving Ford? But who knows? Things could change in the span of a couple seasons, right? So who knows? Let's see. Yeah, Penske to Alfa Romeo. Yeah, we have the texts. Will they stick with Ford, switch to Dodge like in real life, or Pontiac and fork in the road? Yeah, that was an interesting. That was interesting to see that with Penske going to the Pontiac and fork in the road, but pretty neat. I like what those guys are doing. Definitely give those guys a watch. Like I said, I don't know truly, but if as of right now, they're the top 4 team. So it's also kind of like, should they even leave Ford? But again, things can change. Switch to Jeep, yeah. Nah, switch to Hummer. No, Saturn. There we go. Saturn. Oh, wait, that's ironic because Roger Penske actually tried to buy Saturn in real life before GM shuttered it. So that's actually kind of that's kind of hilarious. As I say that, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. All right. The next track I decided to do is a bit of a throwback. And this track is referred to, this 1.480 mile track is referred to as the speed capital of the East. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Trenton. So, that's what we will do. Oh. Though I keep wondering if Chip is actually a different guy or the same guy as the main announcer. I don't know. He's a big Casey Atwood fan, I know that. Wait, Penske tried to buy... You didn't know that? Yeah. Back in like 2008, Roger Penske was thinking about acquiring Saturn. Let me see if I can look it up really fast for you guys. I think because like Penske had some unique models, but a lot of them were also rebadged towards the end. I'm trying to remember. Penske wasn't going to buy Saturn or continue selling Saturns. His plan was to acquire manufacturing and dealer infrastructure to be a vehicle distributor, giving new emerging brands the ability to wide-scale produce their vehicles in the U.S. Did not would have impacted his brand choice for NASCAR and IndyCar. Not fully quite accurate as I understand it. He planned to retain that Saturn brand name, but source cars from different makers. He only had a 2-year deal for the GM cars. However, it said the automaker he was going to work with and distribute cars as Saturns pulled out, leaving him no choice but to unalive this deal. He was using what he learned being the official Smart Car brand distributor and stepping up a notch by also sourcing cars for sale under the Saturn brand. Okay. This is Trenton 90s, I believe. That's what I believe Thunder 98 put this one together.
Drivers, to your cars.
Jeff Gordon and Rob Moroso on the front row for this race. So yeah, this is Trenton 90s made by Thunder 98. But yeah, Roger Penske did try to acquire the Saturn brand. So there's a little who got pole. I believe it was Gordon. Gordon followed by there we go. Followed by Moroso. Let me make sure I'm on the race. Okay.
Drivers, to your cars.
All right. Let's take a look at our cars. We got Jeff Gordon in the McFlurry car. Speaking of McFlurries, I heard they came out with a s'mores one. So I want to try that. That sounds really good. Here's Rob Moroso, followed by Rusty Wallace, Tony Stewart, Shauna Robinson, Dale Earnhardt, Patty Moyes, Blaze Alexander, Sterling Marlin, Jeff Green, Kelly Earnhardt, Crazy Taxi, Paige Jones. We got Davey Allison in the inverse Motorola car, Hello Moto, Mark Martin, Kyle Petty, Tim Richmond, Ernie Irvin, Kenny Brack, Bill Elliott, and Chad Little, Jerry Nadeau, Bubba Nissen, Tim Steele, John Nemechek in the Big Kids Burger King car. The Big Kids Burger King Chevrolet. Anyway, Terry Labonte in the Kellogg's Pontiac. And you got Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt Kenseth, Joe Nemechek, Ryan Newman back at it again. All right. I kind of just randomized it. Kenny Wallace, Alan Kowicki, Terry Schoonover, Wally Dallenbach, Tommy Kendall, Rick Mast, Ricky Rudd, Rick. Casey Elliott, Robbie Gordon, Eddie Bierschwell, Todd Bodine, Darrell Waltrip, Tammy Jo Kirk. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's go racing from Trenton, shall we? Alright. Oh. $18 viewers. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, by the way, and spending your Saturday evening with us. So, run a couple of races. If this race goes by quick, I may end up doing a third mini race of sorts. So, we'll see depending on time. I usually try to aim for 2 hours with these streams. I don't want to go way over or way less or anything like that. Like sometimes 2 hours is a really good threshold to make.
Start your engines.
Ooh, that hurt. Anyway. Yeah, I think 2001 is going to shape up to be a really fun season, especially with Dodge coming in. So, it's going to be really exciting. Honestly, I'm just looking forward to the 2000s in general, just to see how things net out and how things look. If Paige Jones wins, I'll play Offspring's All I Want on loop for the next 24 hours. Based! Yes! Yes. I do love that song, and I do love the Offspring, so... Okay, yeah, da-da. Add max volume, that's even better. Oh, I sung the song, I'm gonna get copyright. Oh no. Alright. Who's gonna win at Trenton? Again, this is Trenton 90s made by Thunder 98. Oh, look at this camera angle. Here we go. Gordon Moroso lead the field of 42 to the green flag. And ladies and gentlemen, we're underway from Trenton. Paige Jones is ready to live and learn in 2001. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Such a unique track. The Bean. Oh boy. Here comes Rusty. Car 1 and 2 is 1 and 2. But how long will that be for? As Jeff Gordon leads lap 1. Rusty side by side with Moroso. And Shauna Robinson entering the fold. Mustard ketchup. I'll pop that up. 75 laps for this race. So Rusty is cleared for second, but now Robinson's looking to get past Moroso. Looks like she's going to. Alright, is Rusty going to catch Jeff Gordon? I have a good feeling of it. Just looking through the field here. Patty Moore's trying to hold off the 22 and 14. Blaze Alexander finishing at the top 10. Why don't the drivers just not make the right turn? Are they stupid? There's Paige Jones, the crazy taxi Ford. Battling with Kyle Petty in the mellow yellow Pontiac. There's our Mansfield winner, Bubba Nissen. Currently sits in 17th position. There's Kenny Brack in the 25. IRL, a lot of fans started to regard Rusty as a bit of a heel around 88, 89. Yeah, I believe it. Tim Steele trying to get past Bill Elliott. The 6 and 9 cars. Man, that camera angle goes hard. So where are we racing at? Oh, where are we racing at now? Trenton. We're racing at Trenton Speedway. The Bean, as they call it. I was trying to think of more goofy names for Rusty, then I realized how close Russ Wheeler sounds to Rusty Wallace. I want to say, is it possible that name could be based off of it? Because there are certain characters in Days of Thunder that were based off of NASCAR driver names. Yep, Trenton, New Jersey. It's a Jersey thing. It's a Jersey thing. I'm walking here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's why. Okay, that makes sense then. Just there was a character named Dr. Lewicki. I think her name was based off of Alan Kowicki, so. Still hoping for that sequel. Alright, taking a look back up front. Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Shauna Robertson have broken away from the rest of the field. Rowdy Burns, I don't know where Rowdy Burns gets his name, but his character and car designer are definitely Dale. Yeah, I think you're right on that, yeah. Did the Truck Series race here in real life? I don't think so, because I think the track went away in 1980, so I think NASCAR ran there a long time ago. I think CART did as well. I'm racing here. Yeah, exactly. Yep, the McFlurry car. That car was painted by Jet. And we got a 3-car breakaway, and then Moroso sits 3 seconds back from the lead. Look at that breakaway. The McFury of the McFlurry car. So we come back around to lap number 15. And unfortunately, the Snoopy car is not in, but if I have time to run a third mini race, depending on time, I'll run the Snoopy car for you guys. How's that sound? Fun fact, the McFlurry car graphics were cut by Jet out of a photo of a real coupon from 2000. Yeah. Honestly, I need to do stuff like that when it comes to painting cars. I feel like I can do a better job. But still, it's incredible work. I love how the McFlurry car came out. SNL Rusty Wallace is a combination of real-life Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon. And then another thing to talk about is, can Rusty win a 6th and potentially 7th title? It's possible Rusty could pull it off. I think he's in his mid-40s at this point, but anything's possible. Especially in our 2003, Car 1 and 2, still first and second. Do Montoya and Gordon still do the car swap they did in 2003 in SNL? Yeah, I'd say it's possible, yeah. Obviously, I believe that doesn't happen for a couple of years, but it's always possible. Uh-oh. Rusty to the inside. Battle for the lead here. Oh, Rusty had a shot there. Wasn't able to finish it. Battle side by side once again. Can Rusty finish the job on Gordon? No, not quite yet. But Super Rusty is looking. Once again, side by side. Rusty might be able to finish the deal here. Into turn one. Man, Jeff's still hanging on. Ain't that impressive? Man, how about Jeff Gordon hanging on, huh? Rusty man. Hey, Corvette Racing, how you doing? Man, what a fun battle we have here. Rusty still looking. So we're about a third of the way through. Shauna's just back there lurking. And they are 5 seconds ahead of the fourth place car, Rob Moroso. Man, Jeff Gordon's still hanging on. I think Harley Davidson was an associate sponsor on Rusty's car in real life. I know he drove a Harley Davidson paint scheme around the time, too. Penske Davidson. Bobbert Moroso. Now Rusty and Shauna are battling side by side. It was a fun battle for second. as these three continue to pull away from everybody else. Sean and Rusty can wreck each other now that the championship is over. Yeah. Shauna takes second. So Rusty and Shauna, looks like we got some green flag pit stops taking place. Scheduled green flag pit stops. So Robinson pulls off pit road. Looks like Rusty is ahead of her. Whoops. See, I meant to hit moving cars, not cameras. Let's see, I think Rusty's leading now. Looks like he won the pit stop game. If I can find the one car anywhere. Oh, there's Jeff. All right, Starlight, you have a go on, man. Let's see. Yeah, so Rusty's got about a 2.3 second lead over Shauna and a 5-second lead over Jeef. Did you ever consider saving Trenton in Sunday Night Lights? Kind of like Ontario. It's just something I didn't think about back then. Would have been an interesting concept. But it's just something I didn't think about back then when I started this. Certainly would be interesting. Let's see. Because I remember looking at the 81 schedule. I was like, oh, it'd be neat to keep Texas World and Nashville Fairgrounds around. So that's basically what I did. Then afterwards, yeah, again, it's just something I didn't think about back then, so. Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what the full track plans are moving forward, but you know, be cool to keep some tracks around and stuff like that as well. So, you know, just depends on what things look like moving forward. Paige Jones top 5, you love to see it. Hell yeah. The Bill Davis Fords are running in 3rd and 4th. And of course, there's the man that broke Jeff Gordon's fans' hearts at Chicago. And Paige like, I will avenge my teammate. I'm just kidding. Yeah, any other paint schemes you guys like? Feel free to comment them. Oh, look, all 3 RCR cars are running together there. Dale Sr., Rob Moroso, and Jeff Green. That's 9th, 10th, and 11th. Now's the point where we hope for Super Rusty to have some bad luck. Yeah, probably. We'll see. There's Alan Kowicki, Patty Moyes. Ooh, we almost going 3 wide here? Almost. Nissan Irvin, Alexander, Newman, Dale Jr. Will Dale survive the 2001 Daytona 500? Yeah. Yeah, Dale's not going anywhere. I promise you that. Dale Sr. is not going anywhere. There's Chad Little, Kenny Wallace, Bill Elliott, Terry Schoonover, Darrell Waltrip, Casey Elliott, Terry Labonte, Tommy Kendall, Wally Dallenbach, Ricky Rudd. And that's 63 Gatorade Pontiac. Tammy Jo Kirk, Rick Mast. And there's our leader. Celebrity Motorsports going to Dodge. You'll find out more of the rest of the information and what all of Dodge's lineup will look like in due time. But yeah, the way things are being pieced together so far, things are looking pretty good. So it'll be fun to watch. Yeah, I'd say for now, Dale's keeping his same old paint scheme. It's pretty iconic at this point. Oh yeah, we'll definitely have some alternate paint schemes planned as well. What is something you guys are looking forward to in 2001? There's a fun question for you guys. Let me know what y'all think. Got about 25, 24 laps to go now. So yeah, this is Trenton 90s. I'm guessing this is like what if the track lived on throughout the 80s and 90s, and this is probably what it would look like at that point. But yeah, looks nice. Let's see, the return of Dodge. Perfect timing. Yep. Of course, you know about Ganassi. You know about Jared Favre. You know about Evernham. So that'll be fun for sure. Well, hold on, folks. I've noticed that Jeff Gordon and Shauna Robinson are slowly but surely chasing Rusty down. Yeah, Jeff Gordon's within a second, so we might have something interesting on our hands, folks. Let's see. Gordon's still reeling him in, and, well, he's got no more lap traffic to worry about. It's just him and Rusty. He's got 20 laps. Good amount of time to still chase him down. Shauna Robinson, she's not too far back either in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it was interesting to see how Dale Jr.'s sophomore season goes for sure. Especially for guys like Stewart and Paige Jones and those guys. Looking to see how they can improve upon their rookie seasons. Oh boy, Gordon's there. He's chasing him down. Not backing down without a fight. See here. I think it's just going to be Evernham Motorsports. Like, it's all just going to form under Ray Evernham's team, but we'll give you guys more details, of course, as we move forward. Okay, we got some green flag pit stops happening. Don't run into your teammate now, Rusty. Had to look away for a second, but I'm pretty sure Gordon pitted. I think Rusty still needs to pit. But it won't be this time, so this will be our last set of green flag stops. Oh, here comes Rusty down pit road. So now I'm curious to see if this could benefit Jeff Gordon. Let's take a look. Let's find the one. Oh yeah, the new TV deal, yeah. That took place in 2001. So will Jeff Gordon beat Rusty Wallace? We'll have to see where the 2 is. He was right there with the 2 before we had these pit stops take place. And there's Rusty right there. He's going to join Gordon right as he passes by. And Jeff Gordon, I believe, will be the new leader. So him pitting a lap before Rusty benefited him. But now he's got to hold on. Coming to 14 to go when we get back to the start-finish line. So now Rusty is back by 1.3 seconds. Oh, we got cars stopped on the track. That's the 83 of Terry Schoonover. What in the world? Is that going to be a caution? Yeah, the lights are on the pace car. That will be a caution. Oh, boy. Our first caution of the day, and it comes from the 83 slowing down on the track. Well, ain't that something? Ain't that something? All right. Well, let's see. The new TV deal stuff, we'll probably mention that in the lore for 01. We'll that's something we still need to discuss, though, with all the information. I've kind of jotted down some ideas, but nothing set in stone. But something we'll definitely... something I'll probably bring up at some point for sure. Just to add on to the lore. You know, the good old lore. But, so we're going to have under 10 laps to go when we restart. Ugh, Logan Paul. Anyway. Let's see here. Well, this is an interesting time because everybody's just about gotten through pitting. Like I said, Terry Schoonover just came to a stop on the track and... Yep, this changes everything. So, this will give a chance to people like Marlin and Earnhardt and Robinson to have a shot to potentially win this race. Gordon just got around Rusty Wallace, but now Rusty's going to be caught up with Gordon, so... Oh, excuse me, it'll be interesting to see how this nets out. Tire Cup Season Live, only on G4. Only on G4. Oh, man. Nah, it's going to be on the WB, man. I'm kidding. Or UPN. Whoops, wrong year. Let's see, we're going to come to 11 to go. Let's see, lights are still on the pace car, so at this point, at the soonest, we'll restart with 9 laps to go. Everyone's in single file. I think it'll remain that way, so we'll have our top 5 all together here, at least. After Robinson's a lapped car of Tim Richmond. And then Kelly Earnhardt is in 6th. Followed by the lapped car of Rick Maston, we got Paige Jones. Followed by a lapped car, followed by Tony Stewart, Patty Moyes, Bubba Nissen. So that's what everything looks like right now. Lights are off on the pace car, so we will go back to racing this time. Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Sterling Marlin, Dale Earnhardt, Shauna Robinson, your top 5. 3 Fords, a Chevy, and a Pontiac. We got Bill Davis Racing, Roger Penske, Richard Childress, and Team Sabco up here in the top 5. Who is going to get the win here at the Bean here in Trenton, New Jersey? Bubba Nissen in 10th. He won our first race tonight, which was at Mansfield. Track recently acquired by Matt Tifft. Now, we are set and ready to go. 9 laps remain here in Trenton. Jeff Car 1 and 2 in P1 and 2. Here we go. Back up through the gears. Green flag. We're back underway. Ooh, Rusty may have had a run off turns 1 and 2 here. As Rusty tries to go low of the 1. But Gordon continues to hang on, but we've seen this story before. Rusty Wallace back to the inside of Gordon as they come off turn 4, side by side, back to the start and finish line. But what's this? Sterling Marlin is up there. Does he have anything to say in this matter? Is he going to help his teammate win, or could he perhaps steal the win? Could Dale Earnhardt sneak into the picture as he peeks to the inside of the 22, while Rusty and Gordon are still side by side? Jeff Gordon doing everything he can to hold on to this lead, but Rusty is just so fast, you just can't help but wonder, what if that caution never happened? Would Jeff Gordon had gone on to win this race as Rusty Wallace now pulls away with the lead back to the start-finish line? Off turn 2, Earnhardt and Robinson side by side for 4th, while Marlin settles in 3rd. Perhaps he can make this a Penske 1-2 finish. 6 laps remain for Rusty Wallace. Can't believe SNL is about to hit the same season that ended up being OMS's only season. Honestly, I'm really thrilled about how far we've come in terms of SNL. I mean, we've hit 20 seasons. That's incredible. And we still have like another 25 to catch up to the present day, right? So, you know, that's crazy to think. And like I said, we've come a long way, and we're going to keep going. So, like I said, I'm excited about the next handful of seasons and what things are going to look like. So, I think we're at an interesting time where a lot of the veterans now are getting older, and, you know, they're going to begin winding down on their careers, and the next generation is coming up. So, the next generation that's going to run NASCAR for the next at least 10 or 15 seasons. So, just something to think about there, and just so much that can and will happen moving forward. Yeah, it looks like Rusty's pulling away with this one. And again, what if Terry Schoonover's car had not come to a stop? Would Jeff Gordon had hung on to win this race? So many what ifs. Well, I mean, you know, like I said, I think Rusty's like 45 at this point or something like that. So, you know, Ferris does an amazing job with the ratings. He does factor in age when it comes to the ratings. So, you know, as they get older, you know, they start to hit a decline more and more and more as a driver continues racing, as they continue to age. There's the Pacers' black magic. Where's Tyrese Halliburton where you need him? God, I saw the finish of that first game, and I was like, how do they keep doing this? It's a really good team versus a team that just finds ways to win. So, it's fun to watch. I real quick, I'll just say, I hope the Pacers pull it off. I would love to see it. Anyway, we got Shauna Robinson and Sterling Marlin battling as we hit the white flag. Final lap for Super Rusty. Well, as much as Jeff Gordon tried all he could, just came up short. As they come off turn 4, checkered flag, Rusty Wallace is going to win at Trenton. Super Rusty does it again. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, ran Mansfield and Trenton today. There's your final results. And just hit the 2-hour mark. Another day, another Rusty SNL victory. Paige Jones. Yeah, Paige Jones with a good run in 7th. Kelly Earnhardt with a really good run. She finishes right behind her father in 6th. And, yeah, like I said, she keeps improving, doing better. Just hasn't gotten to the win yet. Yeah, we'll keep doing these streams, and, well, I don't know what happened to Dale Jr. there. Of course, Terry Schooner had a camshaft problem. That's what happened there. So, yeah, there's that. I'll blast all I want anyway. Good. Go for it. I would play the song, but of course YouTube will get angry if I do that. So, yeah. So, like I said, we've begun early planning for Sunday Night Lights 2001. Just kind of figuring out silly season and all that good stuff, and having some discussions and figuring out what works best. Let's see, Rusty now has 50 total SNL victories, including the mock races. Let's see, what else? As I mentioned before, Racing Infinity Volume 35 began work on that. I ran the race earlier today. So expect that video in about a couple weeks. And it'll be a really good one. I think you guys will enjoy it. So it's gonna be a big one for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else. Obviously, enjoy the Michigan Cup race tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be a good one. And let's see. Obviously, the Ram announcement. See, can't think of anything else at this point, but yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you guys have any questions, comments about anything before I call it a night, just let me know, and all that good stuff. So, like I said, I did say I was going to do a third race, but this race went a little longer than I thought, and we hit the 2-hour threshold, so I'll go ahead and back out on that. But I will make the promise that next stream I will run the Davey Snoopy car for you guys. So I'll be sure to remember that. And feel free to remind me when I post about the next stream. So so I'll make that promise to you guys. So, but yeah, let me know if you guys have any comments or questions. And besides that, I'll go ahead and pack it in for the night and enjoy the worst kept hidden secret in recent history with the Ram announcement for the Truck Series next year. So, regardless, I'm excited still. I'm thrilled to see Dodge. I'm thrilled to see Dodge coming back to NASCAR in both SNL and real life. So, once again, I guess kind of predicting the future, kind of. All right. Well, I appreciate the support from you guys as always. As always, thank you for all the support. And like I said, SNL 2000 just hit 3,000 views. And yeah. So, again, thank you guys so much as always. Thank you all for tuning in. We had a really good turnout tonight. Really good crowd, so I really appreciate everything. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a great week ahead. And stay tuned for more updates and teasers regarding the next Racing Infinity and, of course, Sunday Night Lights 2001. So, yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.